We Bitcoin bulls are accustomed to stratospheric return on our investments. This table shows how Bitcoin, since 2018, has smoked almost every other asset with over 700% total growth and 30% compounded annual. So it's a tough ask for us to divert any capital away from Bitcoin to other growth or income investments. But in this video, I debut the BitBagger Income ETF Blended Power Rankings, with each of the top 7 outperforming even Bitcoin with over 90% annualized performance over the past 3 months. If I got your attention, then hit that like button, strap in, and let's get started. Starting last year, there's been an explosion of new high-yield option income ETFs. If you missed it, watch my last video on amazing high-income ETFs for more background. In that video, I ranked a dozen ETFs selling covered calls in the Bitcoin, crypto, AI, and technology space. In this video, I've revamped my model to make it easy for anyone to calculate a blended power ranking, even for ETFs not already in my list. This week's rankings include a few more picks from some of the top fund families and some of the most popular NASDAQ and S&P 500 based funds. So what is my blended power ranking score and why is it needed? Well, the challenge with evaluating option income ETFs is that performance can vary wildly depending on the time period you're checking. Fund websites like to report the distribution rate, which is the annualized return based on the recent distribution and the share price at the time. The problem is that distribution amounts vary from period to period based on the option income the fund is able to generate. And also, the NAV or share price changes every minute of every trading day, and many of these option income ETFs experience the notorious NAV erosion, which is the share price dropping over time. Notice that on the YieldMax Misty webpage right now, it shows a distribution rate of 82%. But if we were to zoom out 3 months, you can see that the share price has dropped almost $6, while at the same time, the fund has generated a little over $6 of distributions. But the result is almost a wash with total return of only 1.55% or annualized gain of 6%. Now, to be fair, Misty has performed outstanding over its history, and it's not totally fair to cherry pick these 3 months because we can make any fund look bad if we cherry pick a timeline. So clearly, we want to see a reliable track record of performance over time. Now, with option income ETFs, their covered call trading strategy means they generate more income during periods of more volatility in their underlying. So even an ETF that did well a year or 6 months ago is not guaranteed to do well this month, particularly if the volatility in their underlying has dropped. My blended power ranking addresses the issue of balancing current performance with shifting volatility while looking for a reliable track record over time. It pulls from 3 data points: the last distribution rate, the 3-month annualized performance with dividends reinvested, and the 6-month annualized performance with dividends reinvested. It then creates a single blended average score that encapsulates all 3 timelines evenly. Importantly, by looking at annualized performance with dividends reinvested, we tune out distractions of distribution rate, share price, NAV erosion, or whether or not the fund pays weekly or monthly. But enough talk, let's unveil this week's rankings. Once again, YieldMax's NVDY comes out on top with a whopping 111.9% blended average score. This is far and away above the rest of the field since its 3-month and its 6-month annualized performance both finished at the top. Next, note that YieldMax funds took all the top 6 spots, with each one of them producing a 3-month annualized performance over 101%. Number 2 was PLTY based on Palantir. Number 3 was ULTY based on a basket of stocks. Number 4 was TSMY based on Taiwan Semiconductor. Number 5 was CONY based on Coinbase. And number 6 was OARK based on the ARK Innovation Fund. Now, many Bitcoin bulls are also strategy fans, so I'll call out that YieldMax's MSTY fund based on underlying MSTR stock fell to number 14 in the rankings. It didn't help that the 3-month annualized performance was the worst in class at 6.2%. But again, that's not to say that MSTY won't come back as soon as Bitcoin starts pumping and MSTR starts pumping. So definitely don't count Misty out. Now, honorable mention goes to the Bitcoin-based ETFs and to Bitcoin itself. Now, I included Bitcoin in this list, even though it's not an ETF, because I hope you don't get too distracted by the carrot of short-term income that you forget to protect and grow your wealth through the most sound money and the apex savings technology, Bitcoin. Now, you'll notice that even though it didn't generate any income through dividends, its price performance over 3 months and 6 months gave it a blended average score of 53.5%, which placed it at number 8 in the list. And you'll notice there are 2 ETFs based on Bitcoin by Roundhill and by Neos. And they also earned respectable blended average scores of 59.3% and 47.5%, placing them at 7th and 12th on the list. If you're looking for an income ETF that avoids single stock risk, you might want to check out the 4 that appear in the top 10. Number 3, ULTY, number 6, OARK, number 9, GPTY, and number 10, YieldMax. Now, ULTY has been a consistent performer lately and generates its income from an actively managed basket of 15 to 30 stocks selected for their volatility. If you're looking for a good weekly payer, those same 4 all pay weekly, as well as number 7, YBTC, and number 13, LFGY. And lastly, I included what are considered by TradFi investors as some of the most high-yielding income ETFs based on the NASDAQ and S&P 500 indexes. They all finished near the bottom of our rankings, which is a testament to the strength of the YieldMax and Roundhill family offerings. And now, just to give you a sneak peek at what's on our radar for potential future inclusion on our list, these were all launched recently, so don't quite have a 6-month track record. But we're excited about the approach and the early performance of the Roundhill weekly pairs COIW, NVDY, and PLTY, as well as YieldMax's HUI based on Robinhood and Granite Shares XBTY, which is a 2x Bitcoin fund. Again, it's too early to give these our full confidence, but for the more adventurous investors, you might want to check them out. So that's it for this week's Blended Power Rankings. Now do your own research to find the best funds suitable for your portfolio. If you have any favorite ETFs that didn't appear in our rankings, be sure to share them in the comments below and I'll check them out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video and share it out to those you love. And until next time, be wise, be safe, and stack sats.